Have you ever wondered what happens when you pour salt into a cabbage? The N remedy not only helps you balance the gut flora, this is our first line of defense against toxins and harmful bacteria, but also acts as a colon cleanser and balances our immune system. This probiotic you can make at home helps reduce gas, bloating, constipation, diarrhea, and symptoms linked to Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis. Some recent studies even show that this remedy helps people lose weight. Maybe this is the reason why I'm still in good shape, while I'm eating almost everything I want.
I want to invite you inside my world of remedies. I want to share with you everything I've discovered about medicinal plants and guide you along the path to healing yourself naturally.
I'm Dr. Nicole Appelian. I'm an herbalist and a survival skills instructor and an anthropologist and a biologist. I live in the woods outside of Raymond, Washington. I was diagnosed with MS in the year 2000. I got very, very sick.
The doctors did an MRI and said I had a clear-cut case of multiple sclerosis, a crippling autoimmune disease. They put me on medication, a lot of medication. I was injecting myself every day, but my disease was only getting worse. Soon, I couldn't go to work anymore. I was slowly losing control of my own body. My disease kept me bedbound most of the time. On good days, I could still walk using a cane. I bought a house that was wheelchair accessible. The expectations were that I would be in a wheelchair the rest of my life in the best case scenario. But the fear of having to depend on others for simple things like going to the toilet was even worse. Everything you thought was important suddenly takes a back seat. Your priorities shift, but they shift to where they should have been all along. This led me to pour all my time and my resources into the biggest medical research of my life. You might not realize it, but the only thing that healed you every time you got sick was your immune system. That's your inner doctor. Many people mistakenly think it's the drugs that cure them, but they're wrong. Drugs help you, but it's your inner doctor who heals you. There is something that can truly help your inner doctor. For me, it changed my life. I went from bedridden to traveling all over the world and enjoying every bit of my life while taking good care of my children and doing things that even healthy people can't do, like surviving 57 days alone in the wilderness with little more than a knife. I manage my MS using a very specific combination of nature-provided nutrients, minerals, and most importantly, 3 simple tinctures that I take almost every day. If I hadn't taken matters into my own hands, I would have probably been stuck in bed, having my 16 and 11-year-old kids taking care of me, instead of me taking care of them. I want to invite you inside my world of remedies. I want to share with you everything I've discovered about medicinal plants and guide you along the path to healing yourself naturally. Because as pills weaken or even fight the only one that can heal you, your inner doctor, some natural substances found in nature, even some of your backyard plants, are making him stronger. Our ancestors used these plants long before we existed. I sorted out only the most powerful medicinal plants, tinctures that really work, strong decoctions, infusions, salves, extracts, syrups, poultices. I edited all my manuscripts with all the plant knowledge I've gathered over the last 20 years and placed them in one book so that you can take advantage of them. It's called The Lost Book of Herbal Remedies, The Power of Plant Medicine. Most of us are not used to facing medical emergencies. It seems like a distant possibility, and I surely hope so. But in the long run, there's no escape from it. Isn't it better to have this knowledge at your fingertips than not have it when you need it the most? This is the kind of book that even if you use it only once in your entire life, that one time may be all that matters. Treating yourself with chemicals and drugs will hurt your inner doctor, and it will also increase the risk of getting lots of other diseases, including cancer. It's so easy just to pop pills these days without ever thinking what happens later. But now that you have an alternative, I say you don't have an excuse anymore. I printed The Lost Book of Herbal Remedies in a limited edition, so the only promise I can really make is that you'll get one if you order now. If you see the button, click on it before they're all gone. Think for yourself, act according to your own judgment, and learn to depend on yourself for you and your family. The Lost Book of Herbal Remedies is just a tiny but very important bit of knowledge we need to pass on to our children and grandchildren. The knowledge of plants will soon be lost forever if we don't do something about it.